Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for coming along this far to make it to video 4. We're going to go over numbers 15 through 20 on our forensics masters list, the 25 most important concepts in forensic science. So this section, part 4, we're going to title it Toxicology and Causes of Death. So this one's really interesting as well to me. Going right into it at number 16 is toxicology. So this is the study of drugs, alcohol, poisons, any substance in biological samples that labs and forensics can study and draw conclusions from draw conclusions on how that victim or person may have passed away. A real life example of this would be in 2007, Anna Nicole Smith's death. It was ruled an accident, actually an accidental overdose, after toxicology revealed there was a deadly mix of prescription drugs in her bloodstream. So that helped to rule out that it was a homicide or it just helped investigators narrow down that it was a deadly mix of prescription drugs, which led to her fatality. At the time, that was a very talked about case, as it is with any public figure really. But yeah, you see toxicology at play in a lot of cases. That just happened with Matthew Perry as well a year or two ago. All right, moving on to number 17 on our list is autopsy. So this is a post-mortem medical exam or medical examination, which is used to determine the cause and manner of death. So we've all heard of autopsies, but this is specifically to determine how a person may have passed away. A real life example of this would be the autopsy of George Floyd in 2020. It's crazy that was already 5 years ago, but that confirmed that his death was a homicide caused by cardiopulmonary arrest due to being under prolonged police restraint. So that helped to lead to the rightful conviction of those responsible, even though they are police officers. And so you can see how all these different types of forensic evidence are, very vital to determine how to prosecute, how to go about a case in a court of law. All right, moving on to number 18 on our list is time of death, also known as post-mortem interval. So this is going to be defined as estimating when death occurred using body temperature, rigor mortis, lividity, and decomposition. It's pretty amazing to me how forensic scientists can narrow down the time of death, honestly. They can't do it with 100% accuracy all the time, but they've gotten really good at being pretty on the money with that. And that's just pretty wild to me. I'm trying to think of a real life example. So actually the 2008 Casey Anthony trial, the investigators, they estimated that Caylee Anthony's time of death, even though it was debated on, they were able to determine her time of death based on decomposition evidence. So that didn't lead to any conviction or anything. She was acquitted, but decomposition evidence was a very vital piece of forensic evidence in that trial, in that case. All right, number 19 on our list is going to be entomology. And you may be wondering, like, isn't that insect study? But it's entomology as it relates to forensics. So forensic entomology. This is the study of insects to estimate and help determine the time of death. So specifically for that reason, they study the microorganisms, and it helps them determine and narrow down based on maybe their growth or their activity, a time window, a time frame. A real life example would be the case. There's a case in Illinois in 2005 of a murdered child, and their insect activity on the body helped investigators determine how long the child had been deceased for. So, it's a widely used piece of forensic evidence. Goes right in hand with decomposition, as a lot of these go hand in hand together and complement each other as pieces of evidence. So forensic entomology. All right, last one on us, part 4, is going to be number 20, taphonomy. This is kind of a more nuanced, lesser known term, but it just refers to the study of what happens to the body after death, including decomposition and environmental effects. So sometimes, decomposition, the entomology, it doesn't paint the whole picture. Sometimes there's other environmental factors, and it's just the broad scope of what can happen, or what often happens to the body after death, what kind of environment it's in, what things affected its condition after being deceased. A real life example of this, that's how it applies today, is the Body Farm in Tennessee. It's a place that studies real donated bodies to better understand decomposition, which has been used in countless homicide investigations. So, it's kind of, might be a little weird to some people, but that helps investigators greatly, actually, and it's how you pioneer and learn more in the world of forensic science, and how you ultimately help people doing these investigations have better results, right? So that wraps up our list of 5 more important vocab terms for you to know. Very basic, just the broad scope of it, but there you go. Stay tuned for more.